In this video, we got another episode of the series where I rate and improve your guys' teams. You guys will send me your teams on Twitter, and I'll give you guys a rating 1 through 10. Could be a 6, a 7, a 8, a 9, or a 10, whatever I do think about your squad. And I'll also give you guys my best suggestions. So if you guys want to let me know your team and MT amount down below in the comment section of the YouTube video, I'll make sure to respond to every single comment, give you guys a rating 1 through 10, and give you guys my best suggestions. But into the video here, guys, the first squad here is going to be from Dave. He's about 105,000 MT, but another 200,000 is coming in. And then he also didn't know the bottom card order made any difference, so I just put them randomly in place. Yeah, so the bench does matter a little bit, like, you know, your point guard, shooting guard, small forward, power forward, center. That's usually how you do it. But looking at his starting lineup, I see you have Curry and Wade. I would probably move Dwayne Wade to your starting point guard, and then maybe have Steph Curry as your backup point guard. Those can be your two PGs. For your two small forwards, I mean, you have Jason Richardson, you have Michael Jordan. If you want to use those guys, you can maybe look to pick up a more expensive card. But just to rearrange your squad, I would have, let's say for example, J.R. Smith. Actually, you want to have J. Rich, so have J. Rich starting at your starting shooting guard, and then have J.R. Smith and Carmelo Anthony off the bench. I think your bench can pretty much stay the same, and then I would switch James Worthy and Scottie Pippen around. I mean, Worthy is a better power forward than Scottie Pippen is, and Pippen's a better small forward than a guy like Worthy. So your starting lineup could look something like Wade, Jason Richardson, Scottie Pippen, Worthy, and Wilt. A very good starting lineup in my opinion. Then off the bench, you would have Curry, J.R. Smith, Carmelo Anthony, Larry Johnson, and Blake Griffin. Now you can maybe move Cat to the 4, maybe you could have Cat at the 5 and Blake at the 4, whatever you want to do, but I would definitely recommend keeping J.R. Smith and Carmelo Anthony having that really good duo. So a very good squad. I don't think I gave it a rating out of 10. I'd probably give it an 8. Maybe 8.5 out of 10, but overall a definitely solid squad. Looking at the next team coming in from Chris, he's got 2.5 million MT, so he's got a lot to work with, and he's got a pretty good squad. I mean, rating out of 10, I would probably give this, I don't know why Jimmy Butler's off the bench, but I would probably give this an 8.5, maybe 9 out of 10, somewhere in that range. Yeah, I'm gonna go 9. I'm gonna give this team a solid 9 out of 10. Very good overall squad. I would obviously have Jimmy Butler starting. Your starting lineup could be D Rose, Jimmy Butler, Pippen, Kemp, and Big Z. And then for your bench, I mean, I would go D Mitch, Iguodala, Worthy. I'd probably have Worthy starting potentially. That's something you could look to do as well, is have Worthy as your starting power forward, Sean Kemp as your backup small forward, and then have Kemp as your backup power forward. You could look to do something like that. But with 2.5 million MT, I think we need to have better centers. Now I know the centers are really expensive on the auction house, but you need to at least get one of the Joel Embiid, Kevin Garnett, or Chris Bosh. You have to have at least one of those on your lineup. You probably want to have 2 of them, like a KG and an Embiid, or a KG and a Bosh, or an Embiid and Bosh. I would recommend having 2 of them, but you at least have to have one of those guys. And if you're going to get one and you have 2.5 million MT, I would definitely recommend getting a guy like Kevin Garnett. But other than that, I mean, the squad is really, really good. Just need better centers overall. Next team here comes in from Zach. He's on current gen and has 1.5 million MT, and he's 72 cards away from Steve Smith. I mean, that's a decent amount of cards away, but you have 1.5 million MT. Another really good looking squad. I mean, starting lineup is really good. Not the biggest fan of Dikembe. Once again, I like your guys as like 1 through 4. The center position, I know it's kind of a weak position, but for you, I mean, Sabonis, you can definitely run. I would just get that one really good center. Once again, a Kevin Garnett, a Joel Embiid, a Chris Bosh, whoever you want to go after. I mean, I think for this squad, I think KG would be the perfect center to have over Dikembe Mutombo. And then your bench is really good as well. I'd probably have Kate at the 1. I would probably have Cade at the 1 and then maybe look to get a different shooting guard. But if you want to run the D-Mitch and Cade combo, I definitely don't hate it. But this squad is probably a 9 or 9.5 out of 10, especially if you make that Kevin Garnett upgrade. Next squad here comes in from Crab. He's got 2 million Myteam points. Way to sound that out, Crab. But for some reason, why does everyone have so much MT? Like literally every team I've looked at, I mean, this guy didn't have that much, but everyone's team I'm looking at right now has so much MT. But Crab squad, I mean, obviously going to be really good. Once again, everyone's center position is so weak. I do like Moses Malone though. I think Moses is actually very, very good. And Crab's running kind of a free team. He has 2 million MT, but I know he kind of doesn't want to spend it all. But even if you look at this squad, guys, like most of these cards are free. And it's a very competitive team. Like you got Jimmy, Dono, you know, Pippen, Worthy, Big Z, Moses cost a little bit. You got Larry Johnson, Wiggins, and who are all free. Like he's got a really good free squad. I would say this is like a 9 out of 10 if we're going for the rating. Now I know Crab doesn't want to spend his MT, but if he did, once again, I'd recommend getting a better center and maybe look to upgrade that small forward position. It depends if you'd rather a guy like Draymond for some more defense or if you'd rather a guy like Kawhi Leonard. But if you want to run Wiggins, because obviously he's super good, then obviously I would do that. But Kevin Garnett is probably my only suggestion, and maybe upgrading your center position, but I think Crab knows that. He's just saving his MT, but overall, a very good looking squad. Next team here comes in from Francisco. He's got 550,000 MT and looking to build the best team for unlimited and online play. He's willing to sell anyone and willing to spend 200,000 MT. He's going for Clyde and just missing Mutombo and Serbiak. I think it's how you say his last name, Serbiak, from the trophy case. So, I mean, another very good squad. Like, all the teams in this video have actually been very, very good. I think people are starting to figure out how to make squads and are actually starting to make, like, very, very good teams. This squad, I mean, once again, center position off the bench could definitely be upgraded, but I do like your starting lineup. I think it's very solid. I'm probably not going to change anything in the starting lineup. Off the bench, I like D-Mitch, I like Latrell, I like Gordon Hayward. I think for you could definitely fix your backup 4 and your backup 5 spot. Now, if you want to go more expensive, once again, a guy like Joel Embiid, a guy like Kevin Garnett, a guy like Chris Bosh, you could definitely do so. I mean, you could keep LaMarcus Aldridge. There's not that many good auctionable centers, but I think for the backup power forward spot, I'd probably recommend going for a guy like Carmelo Anthony. Obviously going to be a very good 4 with a really good jump shot. And then for your backup 5, you could look for a guy like Karl Anthony Towns. Cat obviously going to be another really good center option. There's not that many good centers that you can buy for like 150,000 MT. Cat is the only guy I can think of, because then you have to go to guys like Blake, who's not really good at the 5. But you got to go to guys like Blake. You got to go to guys like, Chris Bosh, then Joel Embiid, and then Kevin Garnett. So there's not that many good auctionable centers. So I would say you could keep your LaMarcus Aldridge, but definitely upgrade that backup power forward spot to get a guy like Carmelo Anthony. Next team here comes in from Jet, and he's got 1.3 million MT, and he does play on next gen. So looking at his starting lineup, a pretty decent. I don't think I give that team a rating. This would probably be like an 8 to 8.5. Yeah, probably like an 8, maybe 8. Yeah, I'd probably get that team an 8. Looking at the next squad, like I said, from Jet, he's got 1.3 million MTs on next gen. I'm just going to assume Dyson is fully evolved. I'm assuming you're not running Sapphire Dyson, but yeah, I mean, starting lineup pretty decent. Once again, center position definitely could be upgraded. Other than that, though, I'm not the biggest fan of Richard Hamilton. I think with 1.3 million MT, there's not that many good auctionable shooting guards. Like, the guys I can think of off the top of my head are like, Jordan. There's really not that many good shooting guards, because we have like Iguodala free, Anthony Edwards free. I mean, if you want to count Jimmy Butler, Clyde, both those guys are free. So maybe look to get a Michael Jordan, but I don't know if he's really even that good. So I would say you can keep Rip Hamilton. He's free. You're starting him, so I'm assuming you like him. For your point guard spot, though, I'd maybe look to get a guy like Ja Morant. I think Ja is going to be a lot better than Dyson, and you do have 1.3 million MT. So if your point guards could be, D Rose and Ja, I think that would be a lot better as well. And then once again, for the center position, if you wanted to, I think a guy like Kevin Garnett, Joel Embiid, Chris Bosh could be a lot better than Jermaine O'Neal and Karl Anthony Towns. And it looks like you're going for Jimmy Butler. So once you get Jimmy, you can obviously have him at the starting shooting guard position and then have Rip Hamilton off the bench. But overall, a very good looking squad. And then guys, last team here comes in from, I think it's pronounced Cricks. I have no idea how to pronounce that, but he's got 600,000 MT. He's got Westbrook, Luka, Pippen, Larry Johnson, McHale. Another solid squad. I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of Jason Kidd. I think we could definitely upgrade him with, once again, a guy like Ja Morant. If you want to go more expensive, I think he's going to be a lot better than a guy like Kidd. Other than that, though, I mean, Wiggins at the 4 is a little bit undersized. I'd rather a guy like Carmelo Anthony. He's just going to give you more shooting, and he's going to be not a better defender, but he's going to be way better on the offensive end, at least shooting-wise. So I'd probably go Carmelo Anthony over a guy like Wiggins. But if you want to keep Wiggins, I mean, oh wait, why are you not starting D-Mitch? I would go D-Mitch over Jason Kidd. I didn't even realize you had D-Mitch. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you like Kidd more than D-Mitch. Maybe you do. But yeah, I'd definitely go D-Mitch over a guy like Jason Kidd. And then obviously the only position this team I would upgrade is going to be Luka. But it looks like you're a Luka fan. I'm assuming, your profile picture is a Luka Doncic picture. So I'm assuming you're a Luka fan, and that's why he's starting. So if you want to keep Luka, you definitely can. And that obviously makes sense. This rating out of 10 squad would probably be like an 8.5. It's definitely a very good looking squad. But yeah, guys, like I said, let me know in the comment section down below, what is your guys' teams looking like, and let me know how much MT you guys have, and I'll give you guys my best suggestions and my rating 1 through 10. But I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.